Alright, since last night's recording got pretty messed up, I'm going to try doing this all over again. Shrimp bites on the very end over here, just because I can. I'll do BacterAE in this feeding tube, Shrimp Fit in this feeding tube, Shrimp Baby in this feeding tube, Shrimp King Baby in this tube, and Shrimp King Color, just because I have the extra spot. So I can actually shoot out 6, but I'm really just going for the 5. That's just a staple that's done really well. So again, BacterAE, GlasGarten Shrimp Fit Plus, GlasGarten Shrimp Baby, and then Shrimp King Baby and Shrimp King Color. I've opened up and compared all these. I'll throw a link to the old video so you can see a little breakdown and analysis of that. If you didn't like that, let me know. I can always redo another one. Really simple to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead and kill the lights and commence feeding. I am not going to be doing this with a shaker method. I'm going to do the dry method for this video, and I do need a little cup. And I've got a light on behind me still. Let me kill that so we don't get any glare. Last night when I did this, the GlasGarten Shrimp Baby was definitely the best. I'm disappointed the video didn't come out because it was quite the interesting and good showdown. And I just spilled a little bit here. Hopefully you guys didn't see that because it was pretty sad. I'm gonna go for the same amounts I did last night, which worked really well. This might be a little heavy on the Shrimp Baby, but that's okay. I wound up doing a double feeding while I was doing this because it took a little while for this stuff to come down, and I had to force some of it down. The Shrimp Fit and BacterAE didn't want to settle very well on their own. So the one that did the best was the GlasGarten Shrimp Baby, so I'm going to do that one last. I want to see if this changes the results on this, and if it does any better, or differently anyways. So I do have a little advanced knowledge on this one, unfortunately, on how this one's already going to go, which is kind of a bummer to you guys because I would have much rather had this been a blind shootout. So yeah, it is what it is. Sorry, I'm trying to get these levels kind of similar, so I'm moving a little slow at this. And I'll keep reminding you which one's which. I got it lined up to where I keep my foods up here so it makes sense to me. Actually, I'm going to do the Shrimp King Color last because that one, just being a solid food, they will go for much quicker than the powdered food, I think. Just from experience doing this for a few videos already. There we go. And, okay, yeah, that Shrimp Baby is not going to land in the dish. That was my worry. But we'll keep an eye on which way they're all going. I'm going to use my pipette to try to get this kind of speeding along and going down a little better. We'll see how well that goes. There we go. Let's see how that goes. Trying to force the shrimp fit down. That was the one I was having trouble with yesterday. There we go. Got some guys sinking already. Do the same with BacterAE again. Try to give it a poof down. Get these guys going. Try to be careful so it doesn't overflow at the top and just kind of start distributing through the tank. I knew this was going to be a challenge trying to do it this way Oh, I haven't done my shrimp granules yet, which is fine because that's not even part of this shootout. Alright, trying to get that to poof down. And I'll do my shrimp, Bug Bites shrimp formula over here. I'm just going to put some in the tube and ignore it. And this is usually my usual shrimp Bug Bites feeding spot, so I mean, any of the shrimp that like this may have learned that. Doubtful. Alright. So watching this, I can already see it wafting this way, wafting that way a little, wafting way that way, and coming this way. This is, yeah, it's going to be hard to shoot these things out very well. Again, the Bug Bites go straight down. I'm going to throw some Shrimp King color in over here now, which should just straight up hit the dish unless I got a waft like I do with everything else, but I'm gonna have to try this again in the future, but turn my filter off, my air pump that is, and see how it does like that. I'm gonna put a decent amount of Shrimp King color here and let it do its thing. That's heavy enough to where it's mostly hitting the dish pretty center. Yeah, a little bit of wafting, but that's good because I think everything's landing in the dish right now, which is good. I think I went a little light on the Shrimp King baby. I didn't put it all in, put a little bit more in. And not everything will sink when I put it in up here. So that should bring a little bit more down now. I'm gonna do more shrimp baby, the Shrimp King baby that is. This one does seem to be going a little slow. The headache with this is I don't have a scoop for it. I don't have anything small that I would even call a scoop. Alright, so I'm definitely going heavier on the Shrimp King baby just to try and attract more attention to it, because it's not doing well. I mean, they'd like it. I mean, it's just the attraction level is not there. Yeah, and it's going to be impossible to do the shrimp fit and BacterAE on its own. I don't know. The BacterAE you can see has got its little following, but again, watching that waft, it's coming down. All right, so now you see a good deal of Shrimp King baby coming down here. Let me get this out. Actually, if that works, I'll use it as a pointer. It's coming down here and wafting all the way back into the wood and ferns there. The Shrimp King color is staying in the dish, so we'll see that. The GlasGarten shrimp baby came down mostly in the dish and a little bit behind it. It didn't waft out where it's crossing with this one. You can see this one really coming down now, so it should start attracting more. It's a finer powder, ever so slightly finer powder than the GlasGarten shrimp baby. But yeah, you can see the GlasGarten shrimp baby's got a big crowd going for it. I'm going to try forcing down some more shrimp fit and BacterAE and see how that does. I'm just going to use this one, and I'm just going to put some water in there. Try not to get it to bounce too much out the top here. Yeah, good. I've just got it right to the right spot. There we go. Now I've got a nice little smoke rings blowing down at him when I do this. Whoop. Bam! I like that. It cracks me up a lot when I do that. Whoop. Put some smoke rings at him, kind of scoop them a little, which is probably a horrible thing to do during this video, but it's funny. Alright, so that one is not. Letting it pour right over the top, trying to get the BacterAE to come down. I'm going to try swirling this a little better. Let it just come out the top too. There we go. Yeah, doing a shootout on the ultra powders is gonna be quite interesting. If I kill my air pump and just do each side and see which one they go for, just let it settle. But I mean, even the heater behind my HMF filter is enough to cause circulation, so I don't know. I'll have to experiment with this and try it again on another night. I'll just do a random video, do a quick test, see how it goes. Turn this off for, I don't know, 5 minutes, let it settle. Do a quick test, shoot it like a 5-10 minute video, then crank it right back on. I don't want it sitting idle for too long. Alright, so just doing the GlasGarten shrimp baby, massive, eager following, going after it and running off, and it's wafting back and kind of ends back over here against that grass and Java fern. The Shrimp King baby is really wafting back towards this clump between my Nubus and the wood on that Christmas moss. It's taken off that direction, and it's not, I mean, they're going for it, definitely. And it's doing well, just not as well as the GlasGarten product. So in this case, and especially since I started this one first and added more, whereas I did not add any more of the GlasGarten, you can see the big difference on what they're going for. I mean, I've got guys up in the tube going after the GlasGarten shrimp baby. I saw one sniff around here a minute ago, but I haven't seen any go up that tube. Now that I've overflown, I don't know how well it's showing up. I've got guys up here at the top. A lot of guys all up in the top of the water lettuce. So as the BacterAE and shrimp fit circulate through the tank, which you can see it's already snow globing, as it circulates through, it comes up and gets pushed along up there. And any free-floating particulates, that's where they really go to grab for it before it settles. And then later at night, it'll actually drop down and do really well there. Let me see how we're doing time-wise. Hopefully I don't shake this too much. Whew, man, we're already at 13 minutes. Alright, what I'm going to do is, we've seen how this is doing. I'm going to go ahead and stop here at 13 and do a time lapse for a change. So we'll be back in a bit.